if you're going to use the hardwired device, it is mandatory that you have some knowledge on 12-volt electronics and 12-volt systems and the ability to use a digital multimeter. If you do not have that understanding or knowledge, then we highly recommend you go ahead and have a professional installer put it in for you if you're going to be using the hardwired device. Now, if you're going to use the hardwired device and you want to attach these wires, our recommendations are what we refer to as a strip and wrap system, because we don't want to compromise the integrity of a factory wire. So let's say we've located the 12-volt source through our multimeter, and now we want to connect our red wire, which is our 12-volt constant input, to our device. What we would do is strip back the installation without cutting or breaking the wire. Now you can see I've created a strip section right there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to poke a little hole in the center of that to separate the wires and create an opening. Once I do that, I will place my wire through that opening and wrap it. So now I'll strip this wire back. This also works very well because I have the two different size gauges of wires that I have. This is probably close to a 10 gauge, whereas this is close to a 20-30 gauge wire. So I'll take this wire here, twist it up, and through my hole that I've created in this little section, I'll poke it through, make the wire parallel, wrap it around nice and tight so I've got a good clean connection, as you can see. Then I'll take my black tape and we're going to go ahead and cover that up to protect it because it is a live 12-volt circuit. You always want to put your tape in the same way you wrapped your wire so it doesn't go against the grain. Once you've got that nice tight tape on there, we're going to go ahead and take a zip tie and put it directly over our connection. This will secure that connection so that even if something pulls on it by accident, we're not going to lose our connection. There, once you have that, you can see it's a good clean connection. We'll cut off our zip tie, and that's a proper way to connect to a factory wire without compromising the integrity of the factory wiring. There are other methods such as butt connectors and solder connectors, but it's much easier to do it that way if you're going with the hardwire system. If you're not familiar with these instructions or don't understand, again, we recommend that you go directly to a professional installer and have it done there. All right, so we're going to talk about our accessory camera that is an option that is available. Now this camera is IP67, which is water resistance and can be mounted anywhere on the vehicle, on the side, top, back, and give you a optional monitoring camera. The Air 2 has 2 ports available for additional monitoring cameras. Simply remove this brace and you can see this brass plug connects directly into one of those 2 ports and powers the device for you. This gives you the option of having 2 additional monitoring cameras with the system in conjunction with the driver camera and the front-facing camera. Now in this vehicle, we've already ran our wire from the front to the back along the headliner inside the vehicle. Once we get to the rear, we have the wire coming through the C-pillar up in here, down into the factory wire loom, which is right here, into the door. And we've run it up here so that we can mount this camera right here in the back window for another monitoring camera. Now this camera is designed to be mounted upside down. As you can see, the angle of the camera, it's not intended to be facing downward or it will shoot the camera up into the sky. So when you are mounting it, make sure it's in an upside down position. So as we put it here, you can see that we will have a clear view of the sky. When mounting to a perforated or textured surface like this, I would recommend using screws on top of the 3M sticky tape because tape doesn't like to stick to those perforated surfaces. These are available through us, and we'll give you that option for multiple camera monitoring systems. Be sure and check out our other videos on this channel for additional information. And if you have further questions, please visit our website. And thank you. On behalf of the entire engineering team, we're here to support you.